Yo, it's me, Crude the Dude, aka Crudi the Duty. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, let me tell you about a piece of my healthy Crudi protocol to keep me glowing and feeling my best, yeah? To keep myself serene and calm, loaded and locked. Can you guess what it is? Well, it's medication. You know medication? Yeah? It's the one that goes like this. Humma. Humma. Look, I do medication every day, every single day. It's like yoga. Like yoga for yo boy. Oh yeah, I do it every single day. I first got introduced to it by people telling me that it was a way to stop focusing excessively on the world in front of you and to direct more of your attention inwards into yourself. And whoa, that got me interested right away because man, I'm so into myself. Yeah, let me tell you, I love myself and I would take any opportunity to focus on myself. I love mirrors for exactly that reason, yeah, and I've got quite a few. Although, one of the things that made me slightly doubt that medication was for me was the claim that it decreases blood pressure. And truthfully, I can't have that because if I lower the pressure of the blood, it means he's not a hustler anymore. It means that my blood is not competitive anymore and he has no urgency. And I just can't have that. As a hustler myself, I simply can't afford my blood pressure to be low. Could you imagine what they would say about me on the streets? They'd clown me. They'd say, yo, Crudi, your blood, it ain't on your team, dog. You ain't got unity in your hustling unit. And one other thing. Apparently, higher blood pressure means a bigger heart. So, lowering the blood pressure means you get a smaller heart? And I can't have that either. Because in this difficult life, you encounter difficult things, let me tell you. And when you take on those things, the people, they say, oh man, that kid, he's got courage, he's got heart, yeah? So I need that heart as a hustler. I can't be stopping my heart from getting big. Ooh, that's Crudi. His blood has no pressure and his heart's so small. And get out, man. Get out. No way, no way. So yeah, that scared me a bit. And I raised that concern with the person who was telling me about medication. I explained this dilemma to him and he said, yeah, there's ways to medicate and also counteract the lowering of the blood pressure with other methods that can give you the other benefits of medication but can also keep your blood pressure always high at the same time. He gave me two methods to start with. For one, he said, while doing the medication and the breathing exercises, you can keep pictures or objects in front of you that arouse a lot of anger and agitation in you, stuff that will make your blood boil. And you can then let their negative aura irritate you. So you could keep medicating while sitting around that, and your blood pressure, it would just still stay high. So that's one of the tricks that I use often. Before I start medicating, I put sheets of paper in front of me with names of problems in the world written down, like poverty, starvation, deforestation, and so on. And man, those really make me angry, and they make my blood pressure go up even when I'm medicating. So that works. Another method he mentioned was the anti-medicative yelling of motivational speech. So here's how it goes. He said, look, you want to make your blood remain a hustler. So here's what you gotta do. You take a knife, make a small cut somewhere on your arm so the blood shows itself a little, and then you've just got to start yelling motivational speeches at the blood. Here's how it goes. Yo, you bloody blood, you got the momentum high, yeah? And you've got to flip these wins into more wins. Everybody out there on the street is trying to take you down, but remember what an absolute legend of the game you are, yeah? And you keep hustling, baby, you keep hustling. Stuff like that, simple. He did say to be careful with the strategy though, because apparently he once knew a guy who made the cut on his arm a bit too big, and he was in a bit of a hot environment as well, and so a lot of blood rushed out, like too much, and he was just yelling inspirational obscenities at his bleeding arm as he died. Him hyping up the blood might have sped the process up, to be fair. Anyway, after I was convinced that I could carry on with medication and control its negative effects on my hustling, I started doing it. Look, let me tell you how I do it, yeah? My mechanisms. I follow a kind of general approach that's out there, it's already out there in the world, it's easy to find. It's not proprietary like some of my other stuff. What you gotta do is start with some tea. Love some tea. Teas are quite versatile. They've got sweet teas and they've got spicy teas called soup. They've got hotties, and they've got cold teas called melted ice cream. Point is, get yourself some tea that makes you all calm and makes your eyes go all restful. You've got to start getting drowsy and start getting to a place between life and death. Kind of a middle ground area where you're removed from the world and in a limbo place. It can be thought of as a waiting area in your mind, a lobby which you have to pass through in order to start medicating in a proper way. But let me tell you, there's no shortcuts to getting there. For instance, you couldn't get to limbo in a limousine. Anyway, tea is optional for getting to this stage. Different people could get there in different ways. For example, if your life on the day-to-day just generally sucks, you can probably afford to skip this part with the tea, as you might already have eyes that find it difficult to stay open. And you might consider this middle ground state that I'm talking about to be your general state of existence as it is. Just a bit of a side note, if you're active and you need something to relax you, try the usual teas. But if you're already starting from the other side and you're constantly feeling dead inside, and you want to get a bit of life in you in order to balance it out and make it to the middle ground, try this other kind of tea called alcohol. Alcohol's great. They've got whisk tea, brand tea, tequila, etc. I'm just playing with that. But getting serious again, those alcohol teas can really get some life back into you and get you alive and kicking again. Yeah, get some much needed zing and adventure back into your life. Look, I can empathize. It's easy to feel beaten down by life. But alcohol can really make you start feeling like you can punch back, Punch any number of things, really. The usual things to punch while on alcohol include negativity. Yeah, punch that negativity. Self-doubt. Yeah, punch that self-doubt. Your spouse. Yeah, your boss. Punch it. Yeah, writer's block. Yeah, punch that away. And society. Yeah, punch that. Oh, society, that pesky society. I mean, who the hell is that? What is society? Oh, I'm telling you, if society came up in front of me right now and squared up to me, man, I'd beat that bitch society up. Yeah, I'd beat that bitch society up. Sorry, I got distracted. It's just that I hate bad stuff. But seriously, punch them all. Alcohol really makes you feel like you can beat up everything that's holding you back. Yeah? And a nice side benefit is that you can also beat the beat up by busting a rad move while you're on some alcohol tea. Coming back to the tea, make sure to get a nice flavor for your tea as well, because flavor is important, yeah? You can either get chamomile tea, or you can get chamomile tea if you're feeling like some authentic British grew up in the pub lad. Alcohol, punch 'em all. After you get to the middle ground state and you're feeling a bit balanced in life, close your eyes, sit with legs crossed, and keep your back straight. And now, it's time for the fun part. It's time to focus inward and to focus on yourself, as I mentioned before. So, what you're going to do is, starting from the head all the way to your toes, you're going to start feeling yourself up. And I mean that literally. This enables you to connect with each area of your body in a deeper way, to speak to it, admire it, and just get to know it better in a meditative state. So you start with rubbing up your head and be like, ooh, head, you got such nice healthy hair, like grass on a field with no cows or hair fall to eat you. And you're so perfectly nice and round. And then from the head, go inward to the next layer, the brain. And you go something like, ooh, brain, you're so fascinating and jelly-like. You feel so small there inside my head, but I know you're a big brain. I totally know it. Thank you for helping me think and shit. You helped me come up with my genius schemes and products and raps and ideas, and you make me think I'm so cute. And then you just keep on going like that all the way down to your toes. Fair warning, if you're into health and fitness like I am, you may start getting the urge to flex when you get to the arms and legs and stuff. Here's my tip. Don't fight the urge. Don't stress, just flex. It helps heighten the experience. Anyway, after you're all finished up with that, just sit there for a second, take it all in, and reflect on the whole experience. I guarantee you'll feel peaceful and self-loved. Oh, and the experience varies based on what tea you drink beforehand. Quick tip, if you have some alcohol tea, you might get the urge to medicate in public. So just keep that in mind. Me personally, after I do this, I feel like the ghost of Buddha is sitting right there in the room with me. Or should I say, the Buddha. So, that's a bit about medication. I do it, and it's one of the things I do for my health and fitness. Plus, I take drugs as well. Tons of them. Both prescribed and discretionary. And recreational. I forget what the official fancy schmancy word for drugs is though. Well, never mind. Crudi ciao.